Galaxies, the hidden giants of the cosmos. Every star you've ever wished upon, every constellation that guided sailors, every twinkling light in the night sky is just one dot in a much greater ocean. That dot belongs to a galaxy. And our universe doesn't just have a few of them, it has trillions. Think about that. If you went outside tonight, pointed at one random star, and asked yourself, what's around that? The answer is staggering. That star is likely only one of hundreds of billions of stars, swirling in a massive city of light, a galaxy. But here's the twist. Galaxies are not just giant star clusters. They are mysterious engines of creation, destruction, and cosmic drama. They collide, they consume one another, they bend the very fabric of space and time. Today we're diving into 10 galaxy facts that will blow your mind, secrets hidden in plain sight, discoveries that challenge everything we thought we knew, and mysteries that even the most advanced telescopes are only beginning to uncover. Stay until the end, because the final fact will change the way you see our place in the universe forever. Fact 1. Galaxies are mostly invisible. When you look at a galaxy photo from the Hubble Space Telescope, you might think you're seeing everything there is. Brilliant spirals of stars, glowing gas clouds, bright clusters. But here's the truth. 90% of a galaxy is invisible. This invisible mass is called dark matter, an unknown, unseen form of matter that neither emits nor reflects light. Without it, galaxies would quite literally tear themselves apart. Why? Because the visible matter, stars, planets, gas, simply doesn't provide enough gravity to hold a galaxy together. Astronomers first realized this in the 1970s, when Vera Rubin measured the rotation speeds of galaxies. To her shock, stars at the edges of galaxies were moving far faster than expected. The galaxies should have flung themselves apart, yet they didn't. Something unseen was holding them in place. That something became one of the greatest mysteries of modern science: dark matter. Fast forward to today, even with cutting-edge observatories like the James Webb Space Telescope, we still can't directly see dark matter. We only know it's there because of its gravitational effects. It acts like scaffolding, forming the invisible skeleton on which galaxies are built. And here's the mind-bender. Dark matter outweighs all the stars, planets, gas, and dust in the universe combined. You, me, Earth, the Sun, we are the minority. The universe is made mostly of something we cannot see, touch, or fully understand. So the next time you see a galaxy photo, remember, you're looking at just the tip of the iceberg. The real galaxy, its true body, lies hidden in shadow. Fact 2. Every large galaxy has a monster at its heart. At the core of nearly every large galaxy lurks a supermassive black hole. These aren't the stellar mass black holes you might know, collapsed stars a few dozen times heavier than the Sun. No, these are cosmic giants, millions to billions of times the Sun's mass, packed into a region smaller than our solar system. The Milky Way's black hole, called Sagittarius A, weighs about 4 million suns, and that's considered average. Some galaxies host black holes 1,000 times bigger. What's truly mind-blowing is that these black holes don't just sit idly at the center. They regulate the life of their galaxies. When they feed, they unleash titanic energy in the form of jets that can stretch across hundreds of thousands of light-years, heating gas and preventing new stars from forming. In other galaxies, their activity actually sparks new waves of star birth. In a strange, almost poetic way, these cosmic monsters act as gardeners, pruning or nurturing their galactic homes. And if that doesn't humble you, consider this. The closest we've ever come to seeing one was in 2019, when the Event Horizon Telescope released the first ever image of a black hole, the glowing ring of matter around the supermassive black hole in the galaxy M87. It was like seeing the face of a god we'd only imagined until then. So yes, every galaxy you see in the sky hides a monster in its heart. And somehow, those monsters are part of why galaxies, and by extension we ourselves, exist at all. Fact 3. The Milky Way is a cosmic cannibal. You might think of the Milky Way, our home galaxy, as a peaceful spiral of stars, quietly glowing in the darkness. But appearances are deceiving. The truth? The Milky Way is a galactic cannibal. Over billions of years, it has devoured smaller galaxies, ripping them apart and absorbing their stars. Astronomers have found the evidence in the form of stellar streams, trails of stars stretched like ribbons across the sky, the remains of galaxies that wandered too close and were shredded by the Milky Way's gravity. Even today, this process hasn't stopped. The Sagittarius dwarf galaxy is currently being torn apart by the Milky Way, its stars gradually merging into our galactic halo, and the most dramatic feast is yet to come. In about 4 billion years, the Milky Way will collide with the Andromeda galaxy, our nearest large neighbor. The two will merge in a slow cosmic dance that lasts another billion years, reshaping both galaxies into one giant elliptical. For Earth, this won't necessarily be catastrophic. The stars are so far apart that very few will collide, but the night sky will be transformed. Imagine looking up and seeing Andromeda filling the heavens, stretching across the horizon in a blaze of starlight. Our descendants, if they're still around, will witness a view unlike anything we can imagine. The Milky Way isn't just our home, it's a predator, and one day it too will be consumed in a larger story of cosmic evolution. Fact 4. Galaxies collide in a cosmic ballet. When you hear the word collision, you might picture destruction, cars crashing, planets shattering, chaos everywhere. But when galaxies collide, the story is stranger, slower, and far more beautiful. Galaxies are mostly empty space. If two spirals like the Milky Way and Andromeda collide, almost all the stars pass by one another without ever touching. Instead, gravity reshapes everything. Stars are thrown into new orbits, giant tails of gas are stretched out like cosmic ribbons, and whole regions collapse into furious bursts of new stars. The Antennae galaxies, 45 million light-years away, are a perfect example. They are two spirals caught mid-collision, their arms stretched and twisted into shapes resembling insect antennae. And inside, their crash has triggered starburst regions, factories where thousands of stars are being born all at once. So yes, galaxies collide, but they don't explode into pieces. They merge, dance and transform, creating something new. Our own Milky Way's future with Andromeda will be like this. Not destruction, but rebirth into a new galaxy, often nicknamed Milkomeda. It's a cosmic ballet, one that takes hundreds of millions of years to play out, slow-motion beauty on a scale we can barely comprehend. Fact 5. There are more galaxies than stars in the Milky Way. Here's a number that might break your brain. The Milky Way contains about 200–400 billion stars. That's more than every grain of sand on every beach you've ever stood on. But now, imagine this. According to the Hubble Deep Field observations, the observable universe contains at least 2 trillion galaxies. And that's just what we can see. Think about the scale of that. For every single star in the Milky Way, there are 5 entire galaxies out there. Each of those galaxies holds hundreds of billions of stars of its own. Each of those stars may have planets. Each of those planets could host moons. And some of those worlds might even hold life. And here's the kicker. Recent research suggests that earlier Hubble counts may have underestimated galaxies. Many galaxies are so faint, so diffuse, or so distant that even our best telescopes miss them. The James Webb Space Telescope has already found younger, smaller galaxies further back in time than we ever thought existed. So when you look up at the night sky, remember, you're not just seeing stars, you're seeing the tiniest, smallest fraction of what's out there. The universe is not a book with a few pages, it's a library of endless volumes, and we've only peeked at the cover. Fact 6. Some galaxies are ghostly giants and almost empty. When you imagine a galaxy, you probably think of something bright and full, glowing spirals like the Milky Way. But not all galaxies are so dense. Some are so faint, so diffuse, that astronomers call them ultra-diffuse galaxies. Take Dragonfly 44, discovered in the Coma cluster. At first glance, astronomers thought it was just a faint smudge. But when they measured it, they realized it was nearly the size of the Milky Way, yet contained only 1% as many stars. It's like finding a city the size of New York, but with only a few street lamps glowing, and the mystery deepens. Dragonfly 44 appears to be made of 99.9% dark matter. Nearly all of its mass is invisible. Somehow this ghostly giant manages to exist, held together by a substance we don't fully understand. Galaxies like this force us to rethink our assumptions. Not all galaxies are bursting with stars. Some are empty shells, shadows of cosmic architecture. They remind us that the universe isn't just bright, it's also haunted by ghostly giants. Fact 7. Galaxies come in bizarre shapes you'd never imagine. When textbooks show galaxies, they usually present 3 neat categories: spiral, elliptical, irregular. But in reality, galaxies are far weirder than that. Some look like rings, such as Hoag's object, a perfect golden circle of stars with a bright core inside. It's so geometrically strange that astronomers once thought it might be artificial. Others form chains or bridges as their gravity links them together. The Tadpole galaxy has a long tail stretching out for hundreds of thousands of light-years, formed by a gravitational tug-of-war. And then there are peculiar galaxies, galaxies twisted into shapes that look like question marks, triangles, even animals. The Cartwheel galaxy, for instance, looks like a rippling splash in water, frozen in time. These strange shapes are not just beautiful, they're clues. Each distortion tells the story of a past collision, a hidden black hole, or an ancient cosmic event. Studying them is like reading the scars of the universe. So next time you see a picture of a galaxy, don't assume it's just a spiral. The universe is an artist, and galaxies are its most surreal paintings. Fact 8. Supermassive black holes rule at galactic centers. At the heart of almost every galaxy lurks a monster, a supermassive black hole. These are not the tiny stellar black holes that form from collapsed stars. These giants weigh millions, sometimes billions of times the mass of our Sun. The Milky Way's own black hole, Sagittarius A, contains about 4 million solar masses. Despite its unimaginable gravity, it's relatively quiet compared to others. Some galactic cores are so active that their black holes blaze with energy, spewing out jets of particles that travel thousands of light years into space. Take the galaxy M87, whose central black hole was the first ever to be imaged directly in 2019. The picture, a fiery ring of gas around a dark void, was proof of Einstein's theory of relativity on the grandest scale. But here's the chilling thought: supermassive black holes shape galaxies themselves. Their gravity influences star formation, their outbursts can sweep gas across entire galaxies, and their quiet pull keeps billions of stars in orbit. Galaxies are not just homes for stars, they are kingdoms ruled by invisible monarchs. Fact 9. Galaxies can live in lonely isolation, or cosmic cities. Not all galaxies live the same kind of life. Some are loners, drifting in isolation, untouched for billions of years. The Wolf-Lundmark Melotic Galaxy, WLM for example, sits on the outskirts of the local group, far from neighbors, quietly evolving on its own. Others live in crowded clusters, vast cosmic cities, where thousands of galaxies are packed together. In the Coma cluster, for example, galaxies swarm in close quarters, their mutual gravity constantly reshaping them. And then there are superclusters, unimaginably large structures, stretching across hundreds of millions of light years. Our own Milky Way is part of the Laniakea supercluster, a galactic metropolis that contains 100,000 galaxies. This contrast between lonely wanderers and bustling galactic cities shows us that galaxies are not just static objects. They are participants in a cosmic society, shaped by environment, neighbors, and chance. Fact 10. We may never see all the galaxies that exist. Here's the most humbling fact of all. No matter how powerful our telescopes become, there will always be galaxies we can never see. Why? Because the universe is expanding. The farther away a galaxy is, the faster it moves away from us. Beyond a certain distance, galaxies are receding faster than the speed of light due to cosmic expansion. Their light will never reach us. This defines the edge of the observable universe, a sphere about 93 billion light-years in diameter. Beyond that, countless galaxies exist, but they are forever hidden. We can only imagine them, like whispers behind a cosmic curtain. Think about that. There are entire galaxies, filled with stars, planets, perhaps even civilizations, that humanity will never know about. They are cut off from us by the very fabric of space-time. The universe is not just vast, it's beyond reach, our place in the cosmic ocean. So what do these 10 facts reveal? That galaxies are not just collections of stars. They are ecosystems, time capsules, and mysteries. They collide and merge, live in isolation or crowds, shine brightly or fade into ghosts. They are ruled by black holes, shaped by dark matter, and scattered across a universe so vast that most of it will forever remain unseen. And yet within one small spiral galaxy, on one tiny planet orbiting a single star, a species has begun to ask questions about the cosmos. Us. We are stardust, born of galaxies, and every discovery we make, every picture of a distant cluster, every measurement of a faint smudge of light, is not just data, it's a love letter to the universe and to ourselves. The galaxies remind us of two truths: how insignificant we are, and how extraordinary it is that we are here at all, able to wonder. And so the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, you are not just seeing stars, you are glimpsing the faint glow of entire galaxies, and with them, the greatest story ever told.